Here, these are what we call medium cav, not so much fast cav. They have light armor, and they are mounted. They've got flails. They're in a couple of ranks. They've got a full command group. So a lot of swift fighting going on over in the icy river here. Looking forward to that. Next photo, infantry continuing to move forward here. The Skaven troops are hanging back, really just waiting for the Chaos troops to get over there. They don't want to end the combat too quickly. They don't want to end the... They don't want to get into combat too quickly. They really want to get some magic off, want to get the Helped Abominations destroying their flank and sort of rolling the flank inwards towards the center before engaging in these long, drawn-out combats, or very quick, decisive combats, as the case may be. Next photo, we've got a big pile of guys here. We've got rat ogres, 30 plague censer bearers or something stupid like that in the middle there, and we've got a couple of other big groups of Skaven on the right hand side of this photo. I think 50 giant rats as well, and that just importantly, between the plague censers and the giant rats is a unit of something like 30 slaves with two characters in the front. One of them is a warlord with the fell blade. You never see the fell blade ever. I've never seen it in a real game. It's a silly item to take, but in this scale of game, because there are no double ups with the items, that's very important. There's only one Doom Rocket on the field, only one Brass Orb, only one Infernal Puppet, only one of this and that, only one Doom Totem. And there can only be only one Fellblade as well, and really looking forward to seeing how it turns out. 2 turns into it, the Skaven player hasn't actually managed to roll any 1s or 2s for taking a wound from it, so we're really looking forward to seeing him carve up some characters and do some serious wounds, and of course forcing them to re-roll their ward saves, so that's going to be very pretty. Further west on the Chaos flank, we've got Dragon Ogres, regular Ogres, Chaos Knights. That Chaos Knight unit has a Chaos Lord and a Juggernaut and a BSB on a probably a Juggernaut as well, I can't really tell. These guys are ready to just steamroll and just run over these caves like there weren't any slaves there in the first place. However, they're being shot at by 20 Jezzails a turn, and they're going to be running into the thick of about 25, what did we count, Poison Word Globadiers coming at them as well. And of course there's a Doom Rocket and a Brass Globe poised to be thrown at them as well, so that could cause a little bit of pandemonium. It could cause a little bit of havoc, so we're looking forward to seeing how it goes. This is some of the best painted stuff in the field, by the way, and I hope you guys are enjoying that. Wanted to get in close for a bit of a photo. Nearby to them are the brothers, the other Chaos Lords. One of them's on a dragon, another one's on a manticore. They are sitting behind a unit of Chosen and in front of a unit of 10 Knights. So that's some hard-hitting stuff there, going straight for that objective. And the Rat Ogres behind that hill are going to really be having a ferocious combat with these guys very shortly. Can't wait to tell you guys how that turns out. Going to the next photo, what you see here is a single Chaos Marauder on horseback fighting against a unit of Plague Monks, and what's happened here is there's meant to be a Plague Furnace there, but it was removed because it would tip over on the hill, so we're just marking the position of the edges of the Plague Monk unit pushing it. And what happened here is that 10 of these horsemen charged in to assassinate the Plague Monk, didn't kill him, and 9 of them were wiped out in return, and he rolled a double 1 for his insane courage, so that holds up one of the Plague Furnaces for another turn. Really exciting stuff, looking to see how this goes. But just got to zoom in on the details sometimes to show you the double 1 break tests, because those are always fun. Oh my god, next photo. This is probably one of the most extreme photos that I'll be taking today. It's the Steamroller. This is Skaven turn 3 or turn 2, no, it's Skaven turn 2, and we've got 18 Rat Ogres and a Horde unit attacking a horde of Marauders. There's a Doom Wheel and 2 Helped Abominations charging into another unit of Marauders. The Venom Lord himself, the Vermin Lord, shall we say, is holding the objective and just commanding his forces into battle, and there was so much carnage in this round of combat following this photo that, you know, I had to just avert my eyes from the blood. I had to wipe the blood off the camera. It was crazy. I mean, I'm a veteran of many Warhammer games. I've seen a lot of death and suffering and misery, but I had to avert my eyes from this carnage because it was over quick. It was sick. It was just not nice. I mean, the Skaven really did a number on the Chaos forces on this flank, steamrolled them, wiped them out, and just said to them, look, you guys are never seeing this objective again. Even if we play 50 turns in this game, you're not going to see this objective. So I think things are pretty apparent from that photo. Next photo, things are a little bit more contentious in the centre of the field, as we expected them to be. Big unit of 65 Storm Vermin moving in within 2 inches of that unit of 20 Chaos Marauders, 20 Chaos, 40 Chaos Warriors, flanked by Marauders and Chosen, and other units of two more units of 20 Chaos Warriors. There have been a couple of combats. One of them involves the Doom Wheel. Somebody charged the Doom Wheel in without realising that he couldn't actually shoot at the Juggernaut while he was in there, so that was a bit of a mistake. But the Storm Vermin have got a what do you call it? Skaven Brew upgrade there with one of the characters, giving them hatred. So that will allow them to do some damage. But I don't fancy the chances against the 40 Chaos Warriors. I think the best they can do really is just to hold them up for a bit and try and redirect them away from the tower as much as possible. So man, this is going to be a bloodthirsty centre. Next photo, the Chaos Chosen here are being charged by the other unit of Rat Ogres, going for the other objective, screaming over the hill, taking a couple of dangerous terrain tests, and absolutely deleting this unit of Chosen. It's not often you charge in and wipe out a unit of Chosen in one turn, but, you know, if you have 40-something attacks from Rat Ogres and you're frenzied and you've got Strength 5 and it's just... it's possible. So the Rat Ogres just being very aggressive here, going straight into the heart of essentially what is the Chaos Army's toughest stuff. But this really sends a message to the Chaos that they really need to step up, and both sides need to be aggressive. Next image, nearby the slaves of just trying to sort of block off any passageway for their fast-moving stuff to get through to the gun line, and these units of slaves are really sort of just getting in the way, getting into annoying spots where, you know, if they get involved in combat, the poison-winged globadiers can come up and throw into combat, killing both slave and enemy Chaos Warriors alike. Next photo in the centre here, the Screamer Bell in a reasonably safe position at the moment, because there are 2 or 3 units behind that big unit of Storm Vermin which are about to get hammered. And really the plan here is just to keep manoeuvring troops into the way of them to force the Chaos Warriors away from the objective and find some other way of actually getting around there and taking that building. Going to the next photo, the slaves are the first unit in the event to actually take the tower. They probably won't be there for too long, but I mean, well, maybe they will be there at the end of the game. It just depends on the efforts of the other Skaven infantry and Chaos infantry around the tower. And man, those Skaves just huddling in fear in their little tower, listening to the sounds of thousands of swords and shields crushing against each other, the deafening peal of the Screamer Bell going off around the battle. You know, fortunately not killing the building just yet, although you may find the building crumbling by the end of the game. And of course the screams and moans of thousands of warriors being mercilessly slaughtered around them, so not exactly filling the Skaven slaves with much courage and hope and bravado at this point. Back to the extreme carnage on the Skaven's left flank. The forest has been completely occupied. The Helped Abominations are doing some serious damage to all of these Marauders and Chaos Warriors, and there are massive numbers of Skaven clan rats bringing in the rear. So I think the plan here is going to be for the Skaven to crush the opposition here as soon as possible, mob the objective with clan rats, and send the Abominations closer to the middle of the table. Will they get there quick enough is the real question for later on in the game. Next image, this is one of everybody's favourite moments. During the Skaven Magic Phase, turn 2, Skitterleap is cast upon the engineer holding the brass orb, putting him directly in between the Chaos Lord on the dragon and the Chaos Lord on the Manticore. Wow, and he throws it on himself. The rules say you target any point within 8 inches, and he throws it on himself. He drops it at his feet, and we all gather round, and everybody holds their breath as one of the Chaos players rolls a dice for the initiative test for both of these Chaos Lords. Turns out everybody passed their tests, even the engineer, so it was a bit of an anticlimax, but a bit of a fun one, a little bit of a message sent to the Chaos guys that they better be on their toes here, because with tricks like this up their sleeves, the Skaven are not to be trifled with. Next photo, Warpfire Thrower going off, jetting a lot of hot burning liquid across the field onto these Chaos Warriors and Marauders, so that's quite good to see. We've got quite a lot of weapon teams, but just finding opportunities to shoot them is getting tough with so many guys in the way of the shooting lines. Next photo, you can't see it in the background because of the focus being obscured, but across from the battlefield, far in the distance, 60 inches away, comes a zapping arc of warp lightning energy. And the warp lightning cannon blasts and obliterates about 5 ranks, just 5 Chaos Knights in an entire rank, halving the number of this unit before the Night Riders and Slaves manage to make it to them. So that's actually going to reduce their chances of actually steamrolling this flank. And although I don't have a picture of it later on, the other warp lightning cannon actually does the same thing to the other unit of Chaos Knights. So heavy fire coming across from the Skaven war machines, blasting people, and it's really funny to see the ranges like 60 inches come into play with the table, which is so long. So quite enjoying that part. Next image, the gutter runners doing their work, just moving in background, poisoning the hell cannon and eliminating it, so that's quite cool. One of the Skaven assassins has popped out in amongst these gutter runners with his Reigning Stars and actually helping out there. And this frees up the gutter runners just to move in behind the Chaos lines and start really withering them with some severe poison. So I think the Skaven players have done well with these gutter runners, getting a lot of shooting and damage done there. Next photo, here comes the Skaven Warlord with the Hellblade. Sorry, not the Hellblade, the Fellblade. And he's backed up by a big bus of rats here, and much to my disappointment, the Chaos players step up with a champion, and the Warlord completely fluffs his attacks and doesn't actually get any wounds on him. Don't know how that happened, but for some reason the Skaven player was just rolling runs and twos for hitting, ones for wounding, and just didn't do anything to the Chaos champion, which was just a complete fumble and misuse of this Fellblade. I feel like we really needed some better luck there. But at least the guy survived. He'll have another hack at it next round, and in the meantime, a lot of rats being murdered by those Chaos Warriors, as you'd expect. So that was a shame. Going to the next photo, there's a unit of 40 Skaven slaves in horde formation up against 18 Chaos Warrior Marauders here with great weapons, Mark of Khorne. Now, you'd normally expect the Skaven slaves to die no matter what the circumstances against Marauders of Khorne with great weapons. But not when the front rank is completely comprised of assassins. Yes, that's right. The Skaven players gathered around and revealed to the Chaos team that there were in fact 7 assassins hidden in this unit. Oh my god, 7 assassins, what? And I gotta say, when you've got 4 attacks each with your additional hand weapon, your poison, your ASF, a weapon skill 6, striking first, re-rolling misses, strength 4, it's poison in there as I mentioned, that unit just got deleted. It just got taken off the board with no strikebacks. Not even a single weapon was touched to the skin of the Skaven in the front rank here, and man, they just got murdered. It was just an unbelievable sight. Nobody could believe it, really. And of course, with the ranks back in the slaves up there, everybody's intact, and that was a bit of an overrun. Next photo, this is some serious stuff here. We've got the other Plague Furnace and the Plague Priest in combat with 2 Chaos units. There's a unit of 20 Chaos Warriors of Tzeentch, hand weapon shield. There's 50 Chaos Marauders with great weapons and Mark of Tzeentch. Sigvald's in there, but he's not actually Sigvald. That's just a model representing a exalted hero with a Reigning Sword. And I've got to say, I'm not going to dwell on it for too long, but I chose not to have any special characters this round. I really wanted to make sure that I focused on other things and didn't get the balance too out of whack. Maybe in future events coming up I'll have some special characters, but for this large game, no special characters at all, and I won't say too much more about that. Of course, in this particular combat, a lot of casualties either side, and of course with the big wrecking ball, or sort of the toughness test going off, it's going to be a bit of a slugfest, and not many troops are going to come out of this alive. Probably the Chaos will, to be honest, but it's a rather brutal melee going on right here. Next photo, the Skaven have sent the Red Ogres in, have completely munched that Chosen unit, and have now overrun into some Chaos Warriors, but they've left their frontage exposed for a huge countercharge from those the dragon and the manticore. And of course, the engineer is really just going to be blocking the unit of Chaos Knights charging from behind now that he's thrown his brass orb or brass globe or whatever it is. And of course, there's a war shrine there pulled by a Gorger from the Ogre Kingdom. So love that model. Really cool looking war shrine there. Next photo, Chaos Team, just basically you can see this guy's just removing their models. Look at them, the dice have been rolled. One guy there just pulling models out of that unit as the giant rat ogres just ream them. And in the center of the field there, we're seeing a slugfest here. There's going to be a lot more combat in the next couple of rounds, but this is what's going on. Next photo, I love this miniature. It's actually a converted dragon ogre with a yeti there on the top with double hand weapons, and he's on 1 wound, I think. His buddies, the other sort of 3 to 5 guys that he had, have all been murdered by Jezzails, and there's not much more he can do except charge into his death and hopefully be the last one standing against those slaves. But fancy his chances, to be honest. He's looking pretty brutal. Next photo, the Hell Pit Abomination.